let's talk about beating the fear. You've been online, you've found out which skates to buy, which ones to avoid, you've measured your feet correctly, they've arrived, you've adjusted your wheels, everything's rolling freely, you put them on and you go, maybe this isn't for me. It is. Let's do it together. Get you rolling. So this is how a skater should look. So, never feel embarrassed to wear all of this. I know it's not that normal to see people wearing this when you go to the rinks, but honestly, it's not a problem. You can wear it if you want to. And it's the reason I do tend to wear a lot of this when I do my videos inside, just to help to try and normalize it a little bit. Your helmet needs to be double certified. A really good brand is the S1 brand. Now, if you do have a particularly hard fall, I would recommend to change the helmet because you don't know if it's affected the internal structures and the strength. So it's always better to be safe than sorry. Let's talk elbow pads. These fit me horribly, really, really horribly. They're far, far too big. So which means when I do them up, I've got all this. And then when I skate, they fall down all the time. So make sure yours fit better than this. Ideally, you want it to sort of be like that and to fit you nice and snug so it doesn't keep slipping down all the time, which is really annoying. And then you're probably more likely to not wear them. When you're buying wrist guards, there's a really important feature that you need to check for. So all wrist guards have this bottom bit, which is fantastic, which takes the impact. But you need this top bit here. So you see I've got a hard bit here as well. This is where the impact will finish. So if I hit here, it's going to go through here and the impact is going to finish here. And if this bit of the wrist guard breaks, that's brilliant because it means our wrist hasn't. So I often get asked about knee pads because the big knee pads, the ones that are really, really good, like the 187s, they hurt. And it was like, they dig into my leg. As soon as you bend your knees, they won't hurt anymore. So you have to bend them until they don't hurt. And then that is the right amount of bend. It's so clever. So the last piece of protective equipment I'm going to talk about, I'm not wearing, but it is very important. It's not uncommon to lose your balance when you're learning to skate. And these backward falls can be so jarring and they can really, really hurt. And the last thing I want to happen is for one of those falls to put you off. And all of a sudden you're like, no, the skates are going on Marketplace, I'm done. Don't wait for that fall. Just buy some protective shorts anyway. They're excellent. They've got big pads here, big pad here over that nasty tailbone. Just wear them. Honestly, if you put big baggy jeans on, no one's gonna know you've got them on. I need to just put in a quick note here about skater aids. Now, I know sometimes when you get to the rink you think, oh, that looks like a really good idea because I can hold on to it. But a lot of the time they're also made for children. So first of all, it puts you too low. So you're in this position, which when you're learning too far forward, it's not the end of the world. But what terrifies me is when you then start to fall backwards and your initial reaction is to grab the thing in front of you, which is fine until you then realize that you and the skater aid are gonna do this. And what happens is, because you're not saving yourself, you're clutching onto this thing that's never going to help you. You hit the ground, and what hits the ground first is your head. And I recently went to a skating session where these skater aids were being used. And I was like, I think they're going for the record for the highest number of concussions in a session. It was terrifying me. So please don't use those. You're so much safer if you control the fall yourself. So other than wearing your safety equipment, what can you do to beat the fear? So I'm going to go over a few exercises, but I'm going to take my skates off. Walking is so boring. You can practice this anywhere, and it's a really good idea to have this on because this is what you're going to skate in. So this is how you want to feel. Right, so I'm going to practice transferring my weight. Now this may sound like,
well, I can already stand on one foot.
But when you're in roller skates, there's all these little tiny muscles in your feet that you need to kind of wake up. So if you just stand on one foot and just feel the balance and kind of shift to the left, shift to the right, this is how we do edges. So if you lean on your big toe, lean on your little toe, that's your edges. So the little toe is the outside edge and the big toe is the inside edge. See how I'm moving my knee? That's how I'm going to get my edge. So I'm going to lean my knee out, outside edge, lean my knee in, inside edge. This leads us nicely into posture. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm putting my arms out And I'm balancing myself, and my knees are nice and bent with these little shock absorbers going on here. And you can lean slightly further forward, so you're here. Now, we talked about the backwards fall and the padding. So when you feel that happening, you want to try and get your weight back forward again. So when you skate, you always have the weight on the balls of your feet here. So when you start to wobble, you want to get the weight back to the balls of your feet, because the reason you're falling backwards is because the weight's gone onto your heels. So back forwards, and the best way to do this is to do this. So you can reach for your knees, reach for your ankles, just get low. So if I'm here, I've got a wobble, I'm down, and now it's a great time to practice sliding on my pads. And this is where I could have done with some padded shorts, because that hurt my hip. When lots of people start out, they start with a forward bubble, but a really nice way is to actually march, because the wheels will gain momentum on their own. So we can practice this off skates. So again, you get that little bit of muscle memory, so when you get your skates on, you feel that much more confident. And one thing I will mention is when you march, you kind of think of this. When you march in skates and do what I'm talking about, you need to keep your feet in a V, but you need to be very careful that you lift the toe. So you're not doing that, you're lifting the toe. So the march, consciously lift your toe. So when you're marching in skates, you don't want to be doing this. You want to do teeny tiny little steps. So you're not lifting your feet that much, so you can keep your weight quite central. But you want to make sure you lean on the ball of your foot, because that's what you want to do when you're skating. So ball of your feet and lift the toe. Little tiny steps. And then what we can do is practice everything we've just done, but with your skates on. Feels like it's time for a training montage. Hopefully some of these tips have helped you beat the fear, and maybe you've been inspired to make your very own montage. And if you have, please do tag me in it. I'm Katie, you've been watching Skatie, and I'll see you next time. Bye!